Renovating Retirement with Charlie Jewett. Oh no, I think I'm about to have another episode.
Hey, here I am again, recording 7 of these in one sitting. Oh, my craziness. It feels like when I first started the podcast, and I did one every day for 80 days or whatever it was that I made it to. So this is a series inspired by the movie Aladdin, and I just felt like I wanted to put out, I don't know what you call 7 in a row. It's not a quartet. It's not a trilogy. It's a 7-ilogy. I don't know what you call it. This is episode 158. I Won't Be Silenced. Now, I do not know if you've seen the movie, you have heard, enjoyed, and loved this song probably. But there's an amazing song in the new version of Aladdin. I believe it's sung by, I think her name is Naomi Smith. Is that sound right? No, Naomi Scott. So Naomi Scott, who plays Jasmine, sings this like incredible song. So if you're into songs that give you chills, make you cry, and make you want to worship whatever it is that you love about the world, you're going to want to listen to this. I mean, some of the lyrics: I won't be silenced. You can't keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. All I know is I won't go speechless. And as I listen to the song, and I think back to my early days and to the beginning, if you go back to episode 000 or the early episodes, you're just going to hear a rambunctious, ornery, angry, spicy Charlie Jewett, where I'm saying I'm the one who's going to stand up to the industry and give them a spanking because these guys are a bunch of evil crooks. Now, what I wanted to point out on this episode is that I will not be silent. I'm getting louder and louder and louder, and multiplying the number of voices across the country that are spreading this message and inviting people to join that team. Why did I start this podcast in the first place? Let's go all the way back to the beginning. I'm working with Chris Cooper. Chris, thank you so much for your amazing idea. Chris Cooper was a business coach in the Tony Robbins organization. I don't know how much you guys know about Tony Robbins. Probably the best teacher on business and motivation and life on the planet. Doesn't matter what you think of him unless you've been to tons and tons and tons of his workshops and stayed through the entire time and not judged it, but actually looked at the content. You can't know what he actually teaches if you don't stay and listen to the content. I hired his organization to do some coaching as I was going through a divorce, rebuilding my life, starting over again. And my coach, Chris Cooper, interviewed me, said, what are your passions? What do you love to do? And I said, I love to learn. I love to teach. I love to speak. I'm a better public speaker than I am even a conversationalist. I love this. I love that. I love this. I love that. He said, you sound like a podcaster. Literally, folks, I said, what's a podcast? I had no idea what a podcast was. I didn't really listen to podcasts, although there's one called The Liturgists, which is an absolutely fascinating podcast for people that spend any amount of time in the Christian church, whether you're a Christian or not a Christian. If you have that, if you're an ex-Christian or you're a current Christian, The Liturgists are absolutely fascinating, eye-opening, and life-changing to listen to. So I had heard a few podcasts, but I really didn't understand the whole industry. He told me where to go and get training, and here we go. This is what came out of that. So I started this podcast because John Lee Dumas, the person he pointed me to, had a program, and he said, how do you know what to call your show? How do you know what topic to talk about? And he said, on the left-hand side of the page, write down your passions. What are you passionate about? On the right-hand side of the page, write down your areas of expertise. And sometimes I say this jokingly, but it was actually true. I was down to two places in my life where my passions and my area of expertise crossed each other. I said, I either need to do a podcast on retirement planning or I need to do a podcast on bad marriages and why they don't work. And I'm glad I didn't do that one because that would have been unedifying and kind of miserable the entire time. So I started the podcast Renovating Retirement. Why did I start it? Because when I look at this industry, if you've heard all of my podcasts, you're going to know this. But when I look at this industry, I see a rat-infested, moldy, crack slab teardown that's not even really worth trying to fix from the inside. It needs to be destroyed and rebuilt by somebody like me in the movement that I'm starting here. It's too bad. I mean, the mold has spread too far. It's like cancer in the bones and in the blood and in the lymph nodes or whatever it is when the doctor tells you have absolutely no shot. I mean, from the top down, lying is okay. It is not required from the SEC or by the SEC for companies to tell you the truth at all. Companies are allowed to sell you things that are not good for you if it's what they offer, kind of like Pizza Hut can sell pizza because that's what they do. Well, okay, well, big deal. That's not going to hurt you too much. That's one meal. You save up money for 30, 40 years, and then somebody sticks you in some crappy mutual fund or some terrible version of an annuity or life insurance because that's what their captive company wants them to jam you into, and you suffer for the rest of your life, and every single generation suffers after you. Plus, by the way, we could easily solve world hunger. I could snap my fingers and solve world hunger just by taking all the annuities and life insurance in the United States and refinancing them, taking them from crappy products to good products and saying, well, all that extra money, all the extra income, all the saved fees, and all the extra death benefit, let's just put it towards world hunger. I could snap my... there will probably be a podcast or a TV show on networks coming soon called The Man Who Solved World Hunger, where I show 20, 30, 40 different ways that we could solve world hunger. It's not hard. It's just a decision that we need to make. So I started this podcast because this industry is hurting people, and I won't be silenced. I love this song because I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to stop. They can kill me, drive me off a cliff. That's fine. Whatever. I'm just not going to stop until they repent or run away with their tails between their legs. And I'm okay with either one of them because guess what, guys? Bad guys don't really repent. We're not really hoping that the Edward Morgan Lynches of the world go on TV and say, I'm so sorry. What we're hoping is that enough of you vote with your money and take your money away from them and hit them where it really hurts, the only place they really care about. They're not moral. They don't care about people. They live to rip people off. The only thing they really care about is the bottom line. Hit them where it hurts and move your money immediately out of any account where the person has put you into stocks, bonds, or mutual funds and has been lying to you about the rate of return, or saying bad things about annuities, or telling you that you can have a retirement plan and take an income from a portfolio. They are self-disqualifying themselves. They're screaming. They're standing up, screaming, I am ignorant and immoral, and I don't know what I'm doing and will hurt people for a living. And the only thing that ever gets their attention is when you hit them where it hurts, and that's in the wallet. So you have to vote with your money because listen, we're not trying to save their souls. We're trying to save your retirement. You've heard me joke before, I can't walk on water, but I can save your retirement. I can't walk on water or heal the blind, but I can save your retirement. I don't believe I'm going to get the presidents of Edward Morgan Lynch to bow down and ask for forgiveness on national television. I believe I can get enough of you to fire them that they end up going out of business or changing what they do, not because they're good people, but because they want to continue making money and stay competitive, so they have to stop lying to people and ripping them off. That's the goal. So I started a podcast to begin this movement, and it's growing and growing and growing. Now, do you think my industry, trillions and trillions of dollars under management, thousands and thousands and thousands of offices where these advisors are living a posh lifestyle, playing golf, driving Maseratis while not managing your money. They have a third-party manager doing that poorly, not even beating the market, while they go find new clients, and they just basically keep you in a trance by sending you birthday cards, cakes, presents, and having little meetings and stuff and taking you on dinner cruises, basically keep you distracted so you don't see the truth and leave them. Do you think this industry wants me to be on air every week telling you these things and exposing their secrets? No. You guys don't get the hate mail. I get the hate mail. You don't get the hate phone calls. I get the hate phone calls. This industry does not want me to do this. This is not a popular thing to do. I'm not doing this because it makes it fun for me to show up at industry events where everybody runs up and says, I love everything you're doing. It's not really like that for me, guys. You can tell the pioneers because they have the arrows in their back. That's how I feel on a daily basis. Walking around, whole bunch of arrows in my back, mission and cause driven, saying, yes, but people in the United States deserve to be told the truth. And I am evangelist. I am an evangelist in that sense. Preaching the good news. And I have shepherds on my team, pastors, to guide you to and through retirement. If you need help, just get in touch. info@l5wealth.com. info at L's and Larry, 5 the number, L the letter, 5 the number, wealth.com. Now, what I didn't see coming is how many agents are joining the revolution. I started this podcast for consumers, to teach you guys how to repent of blindly trusting somebody who's ripping you off. And when I mean repent, I don't mean like you're a bad person. I mean turn around and walk the other direction. Fire them, vote with your money, and go do what's best for you, not what's best for them. What happened is tons of agents have been reaching out saying, can I help? Can I be a retirement renovator? Can I be a certified merit planner? Can I join the team somehow? So I've had to build an entire wing to train, recruit and train hundreds to thousands of people to go help. Because how do you combat somebody who's told a lie long enough and loud enough where everybody believes the lie? You have to go spread the truth and tell it loud enough and tell it long enough where people hear it. And trust me, take my word. If I'm alive to keep pushing, we are going to get louder and louder until the message gets across to enough people and the bad guys go out of business or they run away. I will protect American retirees. I will, period. It's my job. It's my calling. It's why I'm here. This is what I am supposed to do. And people are joining me, and now we're doing it. We're getting louder. We're getting bigger. We're spreading. And that's the way things get done. We have to tell it louder and longer than the bad guys. And how are we going to do that? It's going to be on TV. It's going to be on radio. It's going to be on multiple podcasts. It's going to be on Netflix specials, the shockumentary we're working on. You will see this showing up over and over and over again. I won't be silenced. You can't keep me quiet. Won't tremble when you try it. All I know is I won't go speechless. Guys, join the revolution. There's 2 ways to join. If you're a consumer, vote with your money. Get in touch. Send a very clear message to your ex-broker, or at least to the industry and to the market itself, that you will not settle for risk with a side of fees and lies about what the rate of return is and call that a financial plan. Get in touch and vote with your money. info@l5wealth.com. INFO, the letter L, the number 5wealth.com. If you're in the industry in some fashion, you're a financial advisor or you are an insurance agent, I beg of you, consider joining the revolution, joining the training, joining the team, working together with me to spread this good news and go evangelize for the gospel of in-case income increase. Life is not about risk with a side of fees, and hope is not a financial plan. Let's actually help people, give them the help they need, not the hope that pays their joker broker a lot of money. Get in touch. info@l5wealth.com. Charlie Jewett signing off. I think you people are the best.
Renovating retirement with Charlie Jewett.
That's all, folks.